It's November and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, veterans, scientists, makers, and more. Welcome to the November edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Fall is such a busy time at the library, with new resources for students to discover, as well as a series of pretty big events. Right on the heels of the Louisiana Book Festival, we produce our own Attic Treasures and Collectibles event. This year, it takes place on Saturday, November 9th from 9 to 1 at the main library at Goodwood. You can bring up to 3 items to be examined and evaluated by experts. The Constantinides New Music Ensemble returns on November 17th for a free concert of music by local composers. And architect and artist Stan Ruth will display samples of his drawings and sketches of historical landmarks all month long. Stan will join us in person to talk about his long career on November 10th. We'll also have displays and programs honoring our women veterans who have served in all branches of our armed forces. The kiddos will be reading for the record throughout the library system. This year's selection is Thank You, Umo. As part of National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, we're hosting writing workshops all over town. And for something new, we're celebrating International Games Day on Saturday, November 16th, with all types of games for all types of people. And of course, free programs for adults, 20-somethings, teens, and children at every location. Check out a copy of this month's issue of The Source for dates and times, or pull up the online calendar of events at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
For every kind of service or resource that the library offers in the real world, we also try to offer something to parallel it in the digital library. But since patrons are increasingly using our digital resources from their phones, we've been looking for products that translate well to mobile devices. This is true of our online learning platforms too, so we're proud to share a new resource called CellEd. It's geared towards those of us who don't spend a lot of screen time at a computer, but who could really benefit from workplace and skills development. Adam St. Pierre joins us now to explain in the digital download.
Do you need to improve your reading, writing, social studies, and math skills? Or gain key skills like applying for jobs or communicating effectively at work? O quizás quieras aprender inglés en tu tiempo. You can do all of that and more with CellEd, the library's newest resource for micro-learning courses on the go through the CellEd app or via text. All courses are 3 to 5 minutes long, so you can easily fit them into your busy schedule. It's even got courses on how to apply for and pass the U.S. naturalization exam. For more information, head over to the digital library page at ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Adam. This new CellEd learning platform fills a real niche in the digital library. We've been searching for products that worked well with adults at any reading level, and this is so easy to use. With CellEd, your cell phone becomes your teacher.
Programming is a large part of what we do here at the library. While most of our events are small in scale, we have larger anchor events too, like this one.
It's time to stitch, style, make. We're at the main library at Goodwood for the 6th annual Baton Rouge Mini Maker Faire. This year we're highlighting fashion and we're celebrating high and low tech things. Let's check it out.
More than 70 vendors filled the main library on October 19th for the Baton Rouge Mini Maker Faire. The Maker Faire is a celebration of DIY culture. If you make something or love creativity, this was the event for you.
Okay, so this year the theme is fashion, so we're having a fashion show, We've got LSU Textiles Department here. They'll be doing programs on upcycling and recycling clothes. Theatre Baton Rouge and LSU Theatre Department are going to be here. They'll be showing off their programs of costuming, that kind of thing. Not museums here. We have 6 schools here, all showing off their STEM programs. So, and every booth here has something that kids can try. So you're not just coming to look at it, you're coming to try your hands at things.
The Maker Faire is hosted annually at the main library. It brings together people of all ages in the spirit of learning.
It's wonderful attendance always. The variety of people you get is pretty broad, but it's pretty incredible not just to see the people who are set up here and how much talent there is in Baton Rouge, but then having Baton Rouge come out and having these kids, you know, see technologists, which is always amazing, or just craft people, and the kids get to experience so many different varieties of making. How many ways can we make things? And that's always exciting because no matter what kind of creative kid you have, they're going to find something here that's very special to them.
Well, it's a perfect fit for the mission of the library because we're all about connecting people with resources and technology, new experiences. So it's entertainment, but it's also kind of secret STEM learning because they're getting to try these robotics fundamentals or soldering, all that kind of good stuff.
What a fashionable event. It's so much fun every year. To find out what's coming up next, pick up a copy of our monthly newsletter, The Source, or visit us online at www.ebrpl.com.
Discover what programs are coming to your local library online at www.ebrpl.com or pick up a copy of our monthly newsletter, The Source, for all of our upcoming events.
Thanks, Kayla. The library really pulls out all the stops with the Mini Maker Faire each year. A big round of applause for the staff, volunteers, and of course, the makers themselves for delivering such a successful event. Stay right there. After the break, Warren Kron, GIS Manager for the City Parish, joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
Hi, I'm Ken Jeong from the new movie Wonder Park. In the film, a young girl finds a fantastical amusement park straight out of her childhood imagination. For a magical adventure of your own, look no further than your local library, which has books, games, and activities promoting creativity and discovery. Find something wonderful at your library.
Do you wonder how your family landed here? Do you really know your family roots? Discover more about your family history at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library Genealogy Department. East Baton Rouge Parish Library. Become a member and discover more.
You're watching the November edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. The library puts a lot of emphasis on information and data, encouraging our local citizens to grow their own understanding of the many new technologies popping up all around us and their potential impact on our lives. Related to that, you might have noticed a large exhibit in the main library this month devoted to GIS Day. Warren Kron, GIS Manager for the City Parish, joins me now to explain. Okay, Warren, why does the city care about GIS data?
Well, it's used for location-based analysis and making decisions, data-driven decisions. We map everything from address data to all the underground utilities and property information and such. So
it's not just where things are, but what's happening around those places?
Situational awareness. You know, for example, during a weather event of some kind, we are keeping track of all the road closures that come in. We're helping dispatch public safety responders to get them to the locations where they need to be.
So some of the things that we're tracking are actually real time. They're live.
Absolutely.
And then I'll never forget the beautiful map that you prepared for before and after the flood so that you could show the impact over time.
You know, it's amazing. We did that work in 2016, and still to this day, people are viewing that map every day.
Oh, well, because it's still with us.
Right.
So what is GIS Day, and why should we care?
GIS Day is our one day of every year that we get to celebrate geography and this location-based data and showcase the technology, GIS, Geographic Information System technology. So we have an event here. This is going to be our 5th annual event. This all started in the lobby of City Hall, believe it or not.
It's a little bigger now.
Yeah, it has. We have over 100 people coming to participate, and then go to the speaker sessions in the afternoon.
But we have students coming in. So what's planned for students in the morning?
We have area-wide schools participating. They come in, and we're going to introduce them to what GIS is, and then have 3 different activities with them. One, to build story map applications. Another, learning the geography of our state. This year there's going to be a little interesting twist because they're going to, being that next year is a census year, we're going to teach the kids of how population has expanded throughout the state since the 1800s. That'll be pretty neat. And then, of course, the third activity is to teach them how to actually record data outside. In this case, we're surveying trees, and then we come back inside and teach them, based on this data that you've collected, now we'll show you the benefits of these trees.
Right. So to make a real life connection based on the data that's all around us.
That's right.
And I love the fact that it encourages us all to think about ways that we can be citizen reporters.
Exactly. Crowdsource data.
There you go.
Yeah.
Citizen scientists. We're all out there.
Right.
I love that. So for the adults, you mentioned the census. That's one of the things that we'll be discussing in the afternoon.
We're pleased to have Secretary of State Kyle Hardwan coming to lead things off during the afternoon. He's going to talk about the Census 2020. And of course, we use GIS technology to track all of this population demographic data. We have a teacher speaking about innovation in the classroom. We have someone going to come talk to us about LiDAR data and its uses as three-dimensional data.
Right, so instead of sonar, radar, now there's LiDAR.
There's LiDAR.
And that's how they look and they find the hidden treasures, isn't it?
It can. And there's different uses of LiDAR, everything from elevations of trees to underground.
Okay, so do adults need to register?
No. They do not. They just need to come out and fill the main meeting room at the library.
Oh, there's plenty of room here.
And we'll have cake.
There you go. I am coming. And the beautiful display that y'all have put together will be up all month.
That's correct.
And every year you change it up. And I notice as people come through the lobby, whether it's a 5-year-old or a 95-year-old, they're mesmerized. We love maps. We love seeing. We love the context of all this. So I want to thank you and your team for getting this all together for us. Now, how do people find out more about GIS Day?
They should visit our webpage at gisday.brla.gov.
Okay, that's pretty simple.
And I want to throw this out as well. This year's Esri, who helps organize GIS Day nationwide, because we registered our event, they've offered us 5 free ArcGIS for personal use licenses.
Oh, that's pretty special.
So we're going to give away these licenses during the event. All the public has to do is fill out a survey.
Okay.
And answer a few geography questions correctly.
Okay.
So.
A little trick question there. Maybe not tricky. So if you are a data geek, this is the opportunity for you.
Yes, you could get a year's subscription to their software.
That's marvelous.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good job. I must tell you, Warren, that I really appreciate the time and effort that you devote to this event and your enthusiasm and expertise that helps me stay real and grounded in data. It keeps me excited and learning and growing every year. So thank you for that. Grandmas need to keep learning. After the break, Mary Manheim, plus a book review from one of our younger library patrons. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
I'm Zoe Kravitz from Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Books are magical, and reading can transform your life. Libraries make sure people of all backgrounds can experience the wonder of literature through literacy programs and access to media. Spread the magic by supporting your library.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism, His family got him help, and slowly he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to the November edition of the Library Roadshow. I've had the pleasure of knowing Mary Manheim for a number of years, dating back to when her work with the FACES Lab was breaking new ground in forensic science. Since her retirement, she's busier than ever with a number of writing projects, including her newest books in the Claire Carter Bone Detective series called The Mystery of Skull Lake. Mary, how did your background as the Bone Lady prepare you to write fiction?
Well, over the last 30 years or so, I have written, I have studied all kinds of cases about bones. I have looked at thousands of sets of human skeletal remains and traveled literally all over the world doing my work. And so in doing that work in a scientific manner, I have been able to put together some ideas about writing fiction and how that fiction applies to everyday life.
What drew you to writing books for kids?
I've always been interested in writing children's books, and I had written several adult books prior to that, both nonfiction and fiction. And I wanted to explain this amazing field of forensic anthropology to children in such a way that they would not be scared about bones or be offended by the bones, and that their parents would not be offended. And so I decided to write a book that deals with science but also mysteries about things that happen in Louisiana.
So what's this new book about?
Well, it's about a young woman named Claire Carter, and Claire is a forensic anthropologist, and she's called the Bone Detective in this book. And Claire has a sidekick who is her niece, her 11-year-old niece, Penelope, who goes along with her on these cases. The first book in this series is called Claire Carter, Bone Detective, The Mystery of the Bones in the Drain Pipe, about some bones that are found in a drain pipe, and Penelope, her niece, helps her to solve the mystery. The new book is called Claire Carter, Bone Detective, The Mystery of Skull Lake. And the Mystery of Skull Lake takes Claire and her niece Penelope up into a little town called Zwolle, Louisiana, where some bones have been found along the side of this very mysterious lake called Skull Lake. And they try to figure out where the bones came from, what they mean. And students are people who like to read the book, both adults and children, from very young to mature adults are reading these books. And they learn about the geography of Louisiana. They learn about animals in Louisiana. They learn about unusual things like trauteurs or healers. They learn a little bit about the loup-garou and many fun things that deal with mysteries. These are also STEM books, science, technology, engineering, and math. And the students have fun learning about the bones of the body, what those bones can tell us about an individual. In this second book, they also learn about historic findings, things that are older than 50 years in Louisiana. So it's a good, fun read with a lot of things that can help students, but also teach them about the mystery of bones and help them see bones in a way that does not frighten them.
Where do people find or order your books?
You may get my books at Amazon.com. You may get them at the local store, Cottonwood Books. You may get them at Barnes & Noble. You also may get them at our website. This book is published by Os Liber Press, and osliberpress.com is a site where you can order it. Os Liber stands for Bone Book Press, and it is my new publishing company.
Mary, what's next for you?
I will continue to write more books in the Claire Carter series, and will also be writing and finishing adult mystery books.
Thanks, Mary. You know that I love mysteries. I like the way the illustrations provide context as well as some visual clues to the book, too. I'm glad you're writing books aimed at younger readers. This series will really inspire some future scientists. And speaking of inspiring future scientists, we asked Luke, one of our younger patrons, what he's reading at the library, and wow, he's learning about the undersea world of jellyfish through fiction.
Hello, my name is Luke, and I am 10 years old. My favorite book is The Thing About Jellyfish by Allie Benjamin. It's about Susie Jackson, so her friend supposedly drowns, and she doesn't believe it because she knows her friend so well. and she thinks that she didn't drown. So she goes looking up, and she looks up different doctors who are specialized in jellyfish and swimmers who have gotten stung by jellyfish. And then she finds out, she thinks it's an Urkjandi jellyfish because they're clear and you almost never see them. And they're actually from Australia. You were dead for 2 whole days before I even knew. It was afternoon, late August, the end of the long, lonely summer after 6th grade. My mom called me in from outside and I knew something was wrong. Really, really wrong. Just by looking at her, I got scared then, thinking that maybe something had happened to my dad. But since the divorce, would it even matter to my mom if he got hurt? Then I thought maybe something was wrong with my brother. Both my parents bring me to the library. When I come to the library, I like to talk to the librarians about new books and books that they would recommend for me.
Thanks, Luke. There's nothing like a good book to light up an interest in real life. Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
Hey, I'm Constance Wu. Did you know that Crazy Rich Asians was a book before it became a movie? You can still find books at the library, but libraries have so much more, including educational programs for families and opportunities for community engagement and professional development. So visit your library today.
Hello, my name is Emily Ward, and I'm the Digital Archivist for the East Baton Rouge Parish Library Special Collections Department, located on the 2nd floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive. This past summer marked the unveiling of the Baton Rouge Room Catalog, a database that makes finding archival materials easy and convenient, whether you are at the library, on your home computer, or on the move with your smartphone. The catalog contains records of all the archival collections stored and preserved in the archive, as well as direct links to items in the Baton Rouge Room Digital Archive. As you can see here, there are a few ways you can find what you are looking for in the Baton Rouge Room catalog. If you are not quite sure what you are looking for, click on the Collections tab in the top navigation for a list of all the collections currently available for research in the archive. You might be prepared to search for a particular keyword or know the name of a collection you want to use for research. That's where the search field comes in handy. You can broadly search all collections in the catalog or limit a search to a particular collection. You can also narrow a search by date range. Once you've found the collection or record you are looking for, click on the record link to learn more about the context of the collection or the archival material. If you are ready to view an item in person, you can either call the archive at 225-231-3752 to request an appointment, or you can use the Request Form button located at the top right of the screen to send us an email request to set an appointment. To learn more about special collections in the Baton Rouge Room archives, check out our Baton Rouge Room info guide accessible from the library website homepage. Questions or comments? We would love to hear from you. Call 225-231-3752 or visit the Special Collections Department on the 2nd floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive.
You're watching the November edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. You really can't show me too many ways to look for items in the library, but don't forget your primary search engine, your librarian. All available at the main library on Goodwood, and it's all free with your East Baton Rouge Parish Library card.
Don't go, my father, don't go, my sister, don't go.
We're at the Jones Creek Library in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we do about 2-3 programs here every year, and we're about to do our more like fall program that we do. We do a Christmas program, we do sometimes do a spring program, but we're about to do like a fall program, and we do this just about every year, about 3 or 4 times a year at the library.
That's William Willerby, and he's a member of the Cornerstone Harmonizers. This talented group of guys came up from the Big Easy to share their music with the patrons at the Jones Creek Library.
We take a musical trip. We take you on a musical trip, so we do a little bit of everything. So we'll start off with trying to take you to church, you know, so we'll do some gospel, and we do a few a cappella songs also, so we sing a cappella. as well as we sing the music. And then we do some, maybe have one a children's song, a folk song, and then we do some love songs.
The Cornerstone Harmonizers always pull a healthy audience. Their program is popular with people of all ages. How could you not love these guys?
We do this for God, that God get the glory out of it. Our main thing is that God get the glory out of what we're doing. And we do this for the love of music and the love of just making people feel good, because the song goes a long way. The song touch your heart. It's a beautiful thing. Music soothes the savage beast. So we do it for the love of music and that God is good. We do it for the love of God.
Be thankful and praise His name. Yes, everybody ought to praise His name. My Lord, 'cause if they promise you say thank you, then you can do it too.
The library does a thing of reaching out to the community, so we're doing this at the library. We're doing the same thing. We are reaching out to the community with our music, letting it be a therapy to the souls of many people. So, like I said, song touches the heart and the soul. So we're doing our healing work.
Everybody ought to praise His name. Be thankful and praise His name. Said everybody ought to praise His name. Oh, yes.
We're always happy to host local musicians that want to share their time and talents. Visit ebrpl.com or stop by your local branch library to discover how to host a program through the library system.
They're making a joyful noise all around our Jones Creek Regional Branch Library, and that's in spite of making do with the disruption caused by Jones Creek's major renovation taking place now. We hope to complete Phase 1 soon, which means the entire library, including children's room, teens, and the adult collection and computers, will move on over to the newly renovated side, allowing the contractors to work on the rest of the library. We really appreciate the cheerful patience and goodwill of all of our patrons using the library during this time. And now for today's contest, visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/EBRPL. I'm thinking about holiday gatherings and parents and grandparents reading books with their kids. How about some trend-worthy photos of your family sharing beloved books across the generations? That's facebook.com/EBRPL. And while you're there, enjoy. We are not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in December? Well, we're wrapping up the year with some more sweet holiday sounds.
Tune in next month and we'll explore careers in geography at GIS Day.
And next month, I'll share another resource from your digital library with you.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.
And that's how I roll.